What's up, Thumpers? Welcome to another episode of Hyper Heroes here on Hyper RPG.
Yay.
Very excited to be here tonight.
It's
changing
beer.
it up.
Red
Changing
beer.
it up. Red Stripe from
beer.
Jamaica.
Cheers, guys. Cheers to
Cheers,
another
cheers,
good
cheers,
show.
cheers, cheers.
Sorry for missing last week. I had a busy weekend.
We had our good buddy Coy
I
John
know.
coming.
Yeah.
That was a
That
very
great.
And then Pooch was here the week before.
It was a good time.
it's a very
It was a good time.
Spider-Man-centric show.
It
Was
I like
very.
your hair, dude. It's looking good.
I-
Did you get a haircut?
So that day, I had to go get a haircut. I had to get ready for like a wedding that I had to leave on Friday for. So busy day. Pooch actually paid for this haircut because he saw my hair and he was like, "I like your hair, but I feel like you need a haircut." So thank you, Pooch, for the haircut.
Nice.
Tori
now I'm just
Flacco
gonna let
says,
it grow.
"Yes, hello,
Yes,
yes, yes."
Tori, if you don't know, very talented dancer. Follow her on Instagram
Oh,
and
very
Twitter and
nice,
stuff.
very
Yeah.
nice. What's up, everybody?
Good friend.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, so we're changing up, doing
spoilers.
something a little different tonight.
No Ant-Man spoilers in
Ant-Man
the chat.
spoilers. Don't worry about it. We're gonna be playing Injustice 2. The news is very like non-existent at this moment because
Yeah.
we are literally 2 weeks away from Comic-Con.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So
yeah.
there's really nothing happening. Not a lot of big stuff going on. But if there is anything that you guys would like us to talk about, throw it in the chat room. We'll talk about it.
Basically Q&A today.
Exactly. It's
Oh,
your guys'
dope.
moment to ask us whatever
Yeah.
you want. If you guys do decide to use the tipping or the super chat in the chat room, we'll prioritize those questions. If you do ask questions, try to be pretty specific. Let's create. If you're already going to spend, money to tip us to answer your question, make it something that we can really kind of like dive into. Make it really
Yeah,
juicy
definitely.
question.
Oh,
Definitely.
shit, Blue
Maybe
Beetle.
something
Oh,
you've been
shit.
dying to ask for a while.
Exactly.
Maybe something
Shit.
we don't talk about as much. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things that like we've been harping on for a while. That
yeah,
we
for
can-
sure.
You guys, they got Hellboy.
Oh yeah, they did.
They got Hellboy.
They did.
That is so
They
dope.
did. So yeah, we're gonna be playing while
God.
we're doing answering all these questions and talking about Ant-Man and talking about Comic-Con. We're gonna be playing Injustice 2.
Yeah, definitely.
Whoever loses has to hand over the controller. I've
Okay,
now
I'm sorry,
played
Batman.
2 rounds.
Don't worry,
I'm a
I
gorilla.
played one game my entire life,
Yeah.
so
Have you never played Injustice before?
no, I've never played this game before.
Not even
shit.
the first one.
I think I played the first one.
Shit, really?
I think I played it, but I don't. I've only tinkered in the second one a little bit.
I really like.
Ow!
I really like the first Injustice game. It was a lot of fun.
This is a Legion of Doom
It is.
centric match right here. I like this.
Yeah.
No, Chad, we have not seen the trailer for How It Ends, the new movie from Forrest Whitaker.
Oh,
This is the
okay.
second time somebody's asked us that question
Oh.
today. Zach was doing Honesty Hour in the
Hang
pool
on, we got
earlier,
the
and somebody
intros. We got
asked
the
us.
intros. Hang on.
Oh, he's rude.
I miss it. I miss it.
Hector, R.I.P.
Kneel before God. How you gonna fucking beat a gorilla, y'all? I'm a gorilla.
Just like this. With,
I'm a
with
telepathic.
shoulder missiles.
I'm a telepathic gorilla. You go full Grodd. Look at that.
Dude, he's totally throwing him up right now.
King Kong ain't got nothing,
Nothing on me.
Ain't got shit on me, dog. Say it right.
You're
shit.
responsible
Say it
for
right.
reading the questions.
Okay, so
Ah.
$5 from Jesse Gillespie.
Stop it.
Did I say that right? Have you guys heard the rumors floating around that season 5 bad guy for the Flash will be Cicada from the John Curlins run? Interesting.
I haven't. Well, actually, I
Hector?
may have heard that. I don't know.
Hector,
I
you're
can't
a
remember.
resident DC
I haven't heard
worker.
that. I may have heard that.
I'm not familiar with Cicada. I haven't read any Cicada comics. In me? With Grodd? Dude. Oh shit, block. Fuck. Oh no!
Oh shit.
He's taking me to Atlantis,
So
y'all.
what do you know about this character, Cicada?
Cicada.
Cicada.
I don't know, it's like
It's
a bug thing?
Like a cockroach.
Bug guy? Oh,
like a
dude,
big
I got
cockroach.
fucked up.
Okay, interesting.
Shit, is that the match?
I honestly like. Zach, have you been keeping up with the Flash? How is it? Because I've heard a lot of bad things about it.
I actually thought that this season's villain was a really nice break from the traditional Flash villains.
Cool.
But by the end of the season, it was the same old of like, we've been here, we've done this before, we've explored these emotions.
Same shit you smell?
You know, it was a good break from the villains that have just been recurring over and over again, but you know, they really need to mix things up over there and have some fun. I think that's a necessary thing that needs to happen.
Yo, we tied, dude. That's
Okay,
tight.
good. Thank you for that, Zach, because I
But-
stopped watching Flash a long time ago.
How good was the crossover this season, though? Crisis on Earth X?
It was really good.
Yeah.
I hear it's the best. I
Yeah.
watched it, but
Better than the movie The Justice League.
I
The
mean,
entire
yeah.
movie of the Justice League.
This is, it was just emotional. It was great. Started with a wedding. They fought Nazis.
Tori asked if that's ionized salt on the table. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
For the
check.
person who gets the most butt hurt, he will pass the holy salt over to them. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I was really good with Black Manta earlier. I don't know how I
Boom.
forgot his moves
Oh,
already.
shit.
You want the world? Have it. How? Oh, I died. How do you do it?
Too late.
Aw.
You're done. You're done. Pass it over here. Pass it over this
Was
way.
beauty killed the beast? That's from King Kong. What's the button to use your special?
I believe it's R2, and it's going to be either like... It's R2 and L2, isn't it?
You just knock 'em?
Together? Okay.
Knock 'em?
Thought it was.
Hector,
my
why is
gosh.
this control so hot?
Dude, because I
Damn.
run
Jesus
hot, baby.
Christ.
I run hot. I'm heat
Is that
wave.
Latino heat right there?
That's right. I'm pyro. I'm Human Torch. So that's Latino heat.
Samir, thank you so much for the $1.99 tip to Infinity and Beyond. You guys rock.
Damn it.
Hey, man.
Yeah, you guys
Thank
answer
you.
the questions.
Thank you.
Adam, you're not going to read any questions tonight because apparently you're going to win
I
everything.
know.
else.
We have to
Apparently.
dethrone Adam, you guys.
We will. We
We
will.
have to dethrone Adam.
Thanks,
one, Zach.
Hector, who did you choose earlier?
Ooh.
Huh?
Yeah.
Ooh, hey.
Damn. You throwing shit at his own brother.
I picked Gorilla Grodd, dude.
Oh, that's right.
Grud.
Grodd.
I mean, you guys should call Lucas out to do a Grod versus Grod. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, is Lucas
should
good
be
with
hilarious.
Lucas is good with the Grod. I'm gonna go Wonder Woman on this one.
So Comic-Con is coming up in 2 weeks. We're going to be going down to Comic-Con. Are you guys also leaving on Wednesday? I'm going on Wednesday.
I'm
Okay.
probably
Probably,
gonna
yeah.
do a Friday through Sunday. I got invited to be on a panel on Sunday.
Nice.
I will get you the details later. It's free, so it's not going to be held at Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Comic-Con event held at the library downtown, I believe.
Oh, that's dope.
And it's about like turning your nerdy passions into like a career.
That's
not that I
awesome.
get, not that
Sure.
I make a living off of this, but it's
Why
like.
does that sound like a panel that I submitted for Comic-Con?
Does it really?
Yes.
It's my buddy Brian. I talked
Interesting.
about him before. He does some really cool
Brainiac.
Predator cosplay,
Nice.
and he also holds some panels.
I've never played
That's
as
sick.
Brainiac, so I don't know what
Boom,
to
bitch.
expect.
This is a kind of
Oh.
cool version of Brainiac. I dig it. Sumo Monkey, the answer to your question, I say I would go, if he's 9, I would go Ultimate Spider-Man, Brian Michael Bendis.
Oh, son of a-
And maybe even Miles Morales, the Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Collection Volume 1. But go Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Collection Volume 1 with classic Peter Parker from like the year
Bitch.
2000. It's
In
pretty
your
good.
face. Oh,
It's pretty
oh,
good.
Oh,
Say what?
Pretty good. Somebody's
Was that
asking,
my-
what's
was
a
that
good
my shot?
Spider-Man comic for a 9-year-old? Oh, look at all the stuff on my back. I like how there's sound effects in the controller. Like, do we
there
really
really?
need that? Sure, why not? Okay.
It's an experience, Hector.
Y'all remember the Rumble Pack? N64?
course. oh,
Bring
how
that back.
can I?
Adrian
Totally
Ruiz
jumping
tipped
over that.
$4.99 and said, Adam is a beast. Come on, Hector, play with some spunk. Much love, guys. Well, I died.
In your face.
I didn't have enough spunk.
Ooh, in my
In
nuts.
your face.
In my nuts.
That was right in your butt crack.
It was.
See that?
In my brainy
It was
crack.
a rope like right
Ooh.
between your. Oh, son of a. Oh, block it.
Oh, nice block, nice block.
Oh!
Go, Diana, go, Diana, go.
Oh, oh, oh.
Diana,
That shit doesn't do anything.
get it, Diana. Come on, just pretend Steve told you that it's called No Man's Land. No man can cross it. What do you say to that?
Oh, I say, die, man. Oh, wait. So
That's not
okay.
it. Guys, Tori's got a question. Our friend Tori asks, will you
Yeah.
guys be releasing videos separately during Comic-Con? Something like that. Sorry, the thing went
Yeah,
up.
we're gonna be working all Comic-Con
Okay.
long, actually.
Yeah, so we're right now we're waiting for the schedule to get finalized. The only thing that's been confirmed is Wednesday and Thursday. And on Thursday, the only thing that's confirmed is a Predator panel in Hall H. There's a couple of other things.
Cool.
There's a 10-year anniversary panel for Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Cool.
I'm going to try to go to that as well.
Yep.
Um,
Yep, we got our eyes on that one.
yeah,
for
the
sure.
Predator panel will probably end up being me and Cameron will probably end up
Dude,
going to that.
you lost to Wonder
Yeah.
Woman? Well, it's Wonder Woman. It makes
Now
sense.
you get the salt.
Augustine has dethroned Adam. That's crazy. S. Marcy says, with Doom Patrol and Swamp Thing, thanks for the $5 tip also. We appreciate it. Coming,
Marcy.
with Doom Patrol and Swamp Thing coming, do you think we could get more 80s revival stuff like Shade, Sandman, or possibly cyberpunk stuff like Transmetropolitan?
I think
That's
it's-
90s, I think, but still, I
think
we
that
get the
kind of
question.
stuff is sort of like maybe the next evolution of things. Because remember that kind of quick little phase that went like every movie was coming out like as an 80s spoof, kind of.
Yeah.
Like we had what was that one movie, Kung Fury, and like all those
Yeah.
other movies
Yeah,
that had
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of like and then we
Yeah.
even had Thor Ragnarok too that had like
Yeah,
that
that 80s,
the
like,
super 80s
vibe.
overtone.
Mhm.
I think we could eventually get to the point where we get some like really gnarly. And Wonder Woman, she's coming out with 80s stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
And Wonder Woman
I think we're
1984,
sort of
true,
right
true.
on the cusp of seeing some really cool neon blue and pink stuff
Yeah, for sure.
from the 80s.
I think now's kind of the best time. I think with
Yeah.
Marvel and DC, what they've done is if they've sort of allowed and/or really embraced the fact that they are these science fiction fantasy worlds.
Yeah.
And you've got other movies, like Scott Pilgrim versus the World, that really embraces really unique style and look. And I think a lot of people they want more of that because I think that's fun.
Yeah,
and that's
I
different
agree.
and that's
I
unique.
agree.
Sumo Monkey, thank you so much for the $5 tip.
Thank you
so
Sumo
much.
Monkey. That's so dope.
But yeah, Comic-Con, we'll find out kind of what's going to be happening on Friday tomorrow, and then we'll find out on Saturday. But obviously, Warner Brothers panel is going to be the big thing on Saturday morning. Usually it's at 10:45.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the big thing that we're going to be covering on that day. It's interesting, though, because a lot of the other studios are having panels on Friday, so it looks like Friday might actually be a fairly busy Hall H day as well. I think that's the day when Glass and Halloween are doing a panel. There's a few panels for a few other movies. I think Bumblebee's going to be doing it on Friday. Yeah, so I'm really curious to see what's going to be in Hall H on Saturday. Right now, I don't know what's going to fill up that whole room for the entire day.
We have press passes.
We do.
So we can be there the whole time, but
exactly.
there's no crazy Marvel hype like there was last time.
No, there isn't. And there's no
Sucks,
Star
man.
Wars either.
Yeah, it sucks.
So we'll see.
I wish that there were more stuff to show, but huh?
Press X.
Press what?
You have to select it. Press X.
Okay.
Press X.
Ronan Unchained is saying, what's the panel you guys want to attend at San Diego Comic-Con? Mine is Glass. Yeah, the Universal panel with Glass and Halloween, I think is going to be a lot of fun. But I think the Warner Brothers one, I think we're all hoping to see sort of what they're going to do.
Yeah.
What they're going to do there. Annoying Ranter, thank you so much for the $5 tip. Hey, guys, any thoughts on Cloak and Dagger so far in Luke Cage? If you have seen it, no spoilers for all those that haven't seen it.
I
have not
seen
yet.
it, no.
Zach has watched all these shows.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of mixed things about Luke Cage from a lot of different people.
Yeah.
I've heard Cloak and Dagger is mostly a pretty solid show.
Right.
So I'm interested to see kind of what Luke Cage is all about because I've seen some people say that.
Look at this intro.
I've seen some people say that.
Is that Ron Perlman's voice? Probably not, right?
No, it's not. I don't think so.
Life story summed up in 6 words.
I don't think it is. No.
No, but it's the sound.
I've heard some people say that Luke Cage is. Yeah, it's okay.
All right.
I've heard other people say they learned a lot from the mistakes of the first season. So I'm curious to see, to watch it. I'm going to try to do some binging this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to try to do some binging this weekend. I'm going to watch. I want to finish Krypton.
Magic versus Magic, motherfucker.
Cloak and Dagger.
Bam,
Legion has also
bam,
started,
bam.
so I want to check that out as well.
Yeah, I haven't started Luke Cage Season 2 yet until I think I'm done with Cloak and Dagger. Is when I'm going to get to it.
Bitch, Hector.
Dude, that's
This
Hellboy.
guy's just a
He's
pummeler.
OP, dude. He's OP.
Tori's
gun.
saying, I'm not sure if I'm behind on this news, but did you guys hear there's going to be a sequel to The Shining? Yes.
What? A
With
sequel to
Ewan
The
McGregor and who is the actress who's going to be in it with him?
Jack
It's
Nicholson.
Someone very well known. Yes. Jack Nicholson is a wonderful actress. Who is it? It's Ewan McGregor and somebody. I can't remember exactly who it is. But yeah,
missed you.
I have not read the
Don't.
book that it's based on, so
Oh, I got you, bitch.
that'll be
No,
interesting to
missed
see
it.
what comes of that project.
I'm not doing this. This is all magic.
How do you grab the thing with the environment?
I think it's triangle.
Boom.
Or-
It's
was it triangle?
it's one of the R's.
Okay. Are we going to have a meet and greet, Ronan is asking. We are definitely trying to plan one.
Bam.
We have to figure out sort of what day that's going to be.
Fuck
If Saturday ends up
your
being a pretty
magic.
light day for us, then Saturday will be the perfect opportunity, which is hardly ever the case at Comic-Con. Usually Saturday is absolutely crazy. Rebecca Ferguson is the actress joining Ewan McGregor.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah.
From Mission Impossible Rogue Nation?
Yup.
And Mission Impossible Fallout?
Yup.
I like her.
So we'll definitely let you guys know. Make sure you guys are following us on Instagram and Twitter,
Dude.
on all the social media. And make sure you guys are following also Hyper, because Hyper is going to be tweeting out a bunch of stuff throughout the con. And we're going to be making videos, obviously, so we'll make sure to remind people where our meetups are going to be, what time, and all that
man.
sort of stuff.
Oh, you.
Did I win?
Nope.
With critical?
Oh, you won.
Yeah, baby. Hellboy wins. If Augustine dethroned Adam and I dethroned Augustine, that means I'm the best player in the whole thing. So I'm the best one. That's basic math. Good luck.
science.
Good luck picking another
That's
player,
science.
Adam, because I'm good now.
All right, Trash Fire, calm down. Villainous Villain says, Season 2
Turns
Luke
out I'm
Cage
good
better
now.
than Season 1. Had great potential, but took what I felt were some not-so-great story decisions. Not really bad, just could have been better.
Yeah.
Fair.
I heard the word on the street is that the episode Lucy Liu directed, not so great.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Naeem?
the first episode.
You have thoughts? You gonna talk shit about Lucy Liu? You gonna jump in here to talk shit about Lucy Liu?
As a director? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said as a director,
Man.
not so great. See? There you go.
That's
She
what I
directed
heard.
the
It's
first
There
episode?
you go. Yeah.
All right. I'm looking forward to it.
Creed 2. Oh my gosh, this is a $5 question. We have to talk about this one, you guys. That's all. That's all. I can say.
High hopes, but also like reserved. But also, I'm okay with even if Creed 2 is terrible, it will not take away from how brilliant the first Creed is.
No, not at all.
You know,
even if the rest of the franchise just takes a
Yeah.
nosedive, I'm okay because the first one was. I'm sorry, the first one was magical. They didn't get Coogler back, so obviously it's not going to be the same. Adam and I were talking about this, and this movie feels more like a boxing movie rather than like an identity movie, which the first one was.
Yeah. That's kind of a bummer. Watching the trailer, it kind of feels like it's more or less paralleling Rocky 2. And to me, that's fine, but I don't want the Creed franchise to turn into just repeating the story of Rocky through the eyes of Adonis Creed. To me, that's not very interesting. So that's the only thing that concerns me about not having Ryan Coogler back and Aaron Covington to write the movie.
Not even Cub Dog?
Not even Cub Dog is back. So that's, to me,
Latino versus Latino.
that's the thing that's a little concerning to me. So I don't know. But I'm optimistic about it. I hope it's good, but I hope it doesn't suffer the same fate as Sicario.
Yeah.
To me, Sicario lost a lot by not bringing back Denis Villeneuve and Roger Deakins.
Oh, heck
it's not the same movie.
I imagine. I bet.
And which is a bummer. So I'm hoping that 2018 isn't the year where two movies, which I love the first ones of, the second one suffer because it doesn't have the same
Creed
crew.
2 later this year?
Yeah, it's in November.
Later this year.
Does Bane have any, like, does he do
I'm
anything?
sure he does. You just have to charge it up, though.
Knivey spoony. Knife.
Spoons.
Why isn't Booster Gold in this fucking game?
No shit,
Right?
homie.
Maybe he's a secret unlockable character.
I don't know.
I don't think so. So I think you just have to charge him up, Adam. See your poison meter right there is rising?
Yeah.
Now I think you can morph or something.
Should I just do this?
Yeah, just do that the whole
Yeah,
time.
that's cool.
Hector's salt meter's rising. Hector.
The salt
cool.
rises.
That just happened.
That's right.
Watch nothing happens.
Oh, fuck. Something happens. Damn it.
Oh.
right.
Oh.
Oh, what? That's not even what Bane can do. Sure, why not?
He's
Yeah.
a wrestler. Come on.
Oh, shit!
Ethan Williams asked,
Yes.
have you guys read the first issue of Coates' Captain America yet?
I
Pretty
did.
amazing
Hector
stuff.
did. Give us
Hector,
your thoughts.
Hector,
It
what do
was
you
dope.
think?
It was dope. It's about Captain America versus the alt-right, y'all.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
I mean, in so many words, and it is, it's great.
So how does it compare to Black Panther? How does it compare to his run on Black Panther?
Well, it's different because, you know, first of all, I'm not black, and that sounds like I'm trying to diminish like what I take away from the book. But there is a truth to like I don't have the same. There are some
Life
things that yes, that
experiences.
Ta-Nehisi
Yeah.
Coates is writing. Like it is incredible to me because it's like he explains his own experience. He explains his experience, and I'm like learning. I'm like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Between the World and Me, his book that he wrote to his son is a must read. It's so good.
Yeah.
And his Black Panther, I love his Black Panther. It is really crunchy. It is really like dense.
It's super fucking dense.
And I didn't know this until later, but it was like Black Panther is supposed to be, or there's elements of it that are inspired by Ta-Nehisi Coates' not necessarily criticism, but like reflection and thoughts on Barack Obama's presidential
Interesting.
his tenure. I get like his 8 years,
His career.
and Ta-Nehisi has an extensive writing on Barack Obama, and even recently he did writing on Kanye West, which is a great essay piece that he wrote about Kanye and kind of why he feels Kanye went off the deep end a little bit. Like it's just really interesting stuff. And so his Black Panther was like, he kind of put T'Challa in that position a little bit of being the king of this nation.
Right.
And to Ta-Nehisi Coates, it was sort of like he felt like Barack Obama he could have done more in a way.
Okay.
And I think through his Black Panther book, he's kind of he was using Black Panther to be like, but I will save the day. I'm Black Panther. Like that's him kind of doing more.
Because that's what he does. Yeah.
In a way more nuanced and actually like intellectual way than what I just described.
Well, some would even say like a little bit confusing.
Oh, sure.
Because that book is, I mean, you read parts of it, Adam. It's difficult to get into.
It sounds like it's another language.
Tough, yeah.
Like his Wakandan, it almost sounds like Asgardian, like it's Shakespearean,
Yeah,
like it's so
almost.
beautiful and so different.
It's eloquent and
so his first issue of Captain America is way less dense than his first issue of Black Panther. And he would say in the backs of the Black Panther issues, he would be like, I'm learning how to write comics. I've never written comics. And he said he kind of learned a lot with his
with
his
Black Panther.
Black Panther. So like you read Captain America and it feels just quicker pace, like a
right.
classic sort of.
Because he got through all the growing
yeah,
pains
because he
of
figured
writing
everything out,
Yeah.
So, but his first issue is really good. It sets up stuff, but it could still. I would recommend reading like the IGN review on just the first issue, where they're like, it's good. It's not like a blow you away comic book issue, like with some like, oh fuck, like you know, you're not gonna be like, I need the second issue now.
It's not like drama right off the bat.
But it is still has a lot of potential. They said.
Nice.
Bam.
David G, thank you so much for the $5 tip. Staying up late on the East Coast. Thank you so much for joining us. Also, if you guys don't know, we do the show every single week, every single Thursday, live 9:30 on YouTube.
You think you could sneak up on a ninja? You think you could sneak up on a ninja? You're a little kid that was trained.
I have seen some comments and a couple of things that we posted and done that a lot of people were like, "Oh, you guys do the show live now?" Yeah. We sure do.
Donnie, Raph. Where's Mikey, man?
So we've all seen Ant-Man and the Wasp now.
Yeah, that's right.
You just saw it tonight.
In 3D.
You saw it in 3D. We saw it in 3D.
We all saw it in 3D.
So we've all seen it in 3D. Let's talk a little bit about Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now to preface this, we're not going to talk about any spoilers.
It's going to be difficult not to talk spoilers while my brain is over here trying to.
You better not ruin anything for anybody.
I know. I won't.
No, but we're talking a little bit about Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Son of a bitch, Hector.
Ant-Man was a very interesting case because Ant-Man was the movie where we got the director was swapped out 1 year away from the release. They brought in Peyton Reed after Edgar Wright left. And I really didn't know what to expect from this movie. They had Adam McKay and Paul Rudd come in and do some rewrites on the script. Movie comes out. It's actually very enjoyable, very fun movie. Very different type of character, very different tone, and I like that a lot.
It's totally a summer popcorn movie.
It is.
That's for sure.
It is. And there's definitely a lot of things that very much mirror the first Iron Man movie. And I think a lot of that possibly could have been done on purpose just to sort of get the movie done in time. So it was nice to see from this movie, we got to really see Peyton Reed, Paul Rudd, and a few other writers sort of come in from the beginning and just go for it and make an Ant-Man and the Wasp movie. Yeah. And I really enjoyed this movie. I had a really good time with this movie. I thought it was really funny. I thought Luis, as usual, Michael Pena brings his A game like he does. I love the interactions with the characters. The characters can be so different. And unique, and I like the relationships between all of them. Cassie Lang is so great. She's great. I love her relationship with Scott Lang. It's great. The visual effects I thought were awesome to watch in 3D. This movie is really fucking rad.
This is the first time I had pretty much no complaints about the 3D.
Yeah,
the 3D was on point. So all our friends who worked on it, good job. You guys did really
Legend 3D, Stereo D, good work.
Yeah,
good
work. It was great because also I like the fact that this is one of the only times that a composer who's done the first movie has moved over to the second movie. Alan Silvestri did the first Cap. Henry Jackman has done the other two movies. Silvestri wasn't there for Avengers 2.
Ramin Djawadi didn't do Iron Man 2.
Exactly. We had John Debney, and then Tyler Bates came in. And then we had Tyler Bates and Danny Elfman come in for Avengers 2. So I was nice to watch
Not Tyler Bates, Brian Tyler.
Brian Tyler, sorry.
Tyler Bates did both Guardians.
That's what
so
it was.
Both Guardians have been scored by the same person. Yeah. And now Christoph Beck scored both Ant-Man's.
Yeah.
Is that it? I think that's it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to rack my brain for the rest of. Damn.
I mean, Henry Jackman
did Cap 2 and 3. Right.
And then Silvestri has done Avengers 1
Cap
and 3.
and Avengers. And 1 and 3. They brought him. That's right. So yeah.
Look, Ethan Williams says I hate 3D, but the 3D in this movie was great.
Yeah.
So that's right.
Then
Go
I
watch
guess
it.
then I feel like you can't say you hate 3D.
He can still say that.
I mean,
he can say anything he wants, but you know, he enjoyed
like,
the 3D. That's the point. Good
I hate
job.
beer, but this beer's delicious.
Exactly.
Like, do you hate beer then? Dude, I fucking hate it. This is exquisite.
You know what?
I hate
Fuck
being
this
drunk,
shit.
but I'm feeling real tipsy.
That's funny.
But that's good though. I mean, somebody gave it a shot and they enjoyed it.
That's
Hopefully
good.
you'll give more 3D movies a shot. But
That's good.
And also, I see you, Jonas.
Jonas, for
Welcome.
all the tingles.
For all the tingles.
Yeah, I liked it. I think that I still think that the first Ant-Man is better.
Of course, I still think the first Ant-Man is better.
Yeah,
as well.
and it's one of these things where like. Good news is this is not the bad Marvel movie. Like it's a good time. It's super fun. Far from bad. You can plug it right in the middle of your Marvel ranking. It's somewhere. It'll fit somewhere in there.
I'm just gonna do your moves, Augie, because you just hit buttons.
Yeah, just do that.
No, I'm not
That's
hitting buttons though. I got a combo system that I'm trying to do here.
My favorite part was a Luis moment in the middle.
Yes.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but a Luis moment in the middle of the film. You guys are saying Cassie's super cute, and
Cassie was awesome. Cassie was really cool.
It'll be great to talk about spoiler stuff.
Yeah, it will be
great.
Good, but
a great action set piece. The thing everybody's seeing in the trailers with the car chase is like fucking
Yeah.
awesome. Dude,
Yeah.
that's how you're playing, Augustine? That's some bullshit.
What do you
All right.
mean? This is
What
a
is this, an
legitimate
arcade
technique.
stick?
What are you
All right,
kidding me?
fine, whatever. Arcade guys.
Oh, you got me on the fucking disco ball.
And then this is the nicest thing we'll hear about 3D in the chat room tonight. Reanimate Existence says, I actually don't mind 3D. 3D Incredibles 2 was great.
Really?
That'll be the nicest thing we'll hear about 3D.
I'm just glad people are giving it a shot. Like,
Yeah, man.
you guys are spending your hard-earned money to go watch movies in 3D, and that's great.
Give it a
And,
shot before
yeah, try it out.
before
Try
it
out
goes
from your
away as a
mom's-
format
your mom's
forever.
house.
So
Um,
do that. Give it a shot.
Yeah.
Megalo Blazemon says, I feel like the only bad Marvel anything was Inhumans. Also Iron Fist. But I do know people that liked Iron Fist, and Iron Fist is also not the worst show I've ever seen. It's not even the
Iron
worst
Fist?
superhero
I think
show.
Iron Fist is one of the worst shows I've ever
Iron
seen.
Fist Season 2 is doing a panel at Comic-Con on Friday night at
Ooh,
7.
risky business.
6 o'clock.
Risky business.
Hector can't go because he's got a panel at 7.
When, Friday?
What panels are you doing, Hector?
Thursday.
Where can the
Thursday?
people come and watch your panels?
Jesus Christ, Hector doesn't even know his own schedule.
Don't,
know.
dude.
Are you busy
I'm
as
gonna,
fuck?
Club.
I'm going to tweet it out. Yeah, I got book club, and then I've got Friday afternoon. I'm doing the Invader Zim panel for Nickelodeon
Nice,
for the Invader
nice.
Zim
Okay.
Enter the Florpus, which is their made-for-TV movie special
Okay.
that's coming back.
Okay.
And that's going to be really dope. And yeah, and then I may have some stuff Thursday morning, but it's not at Comic-Con. It's like
Right.
off-site with Skybound.
Nice.
But I need to
Ooh, give me
determine
some
the rest of the-
exclusive Skybound
Yeah?
swag, homie.
Bro, did I tell you about? Did I tell you about the?
You didn't tell me about the thing. There's
I'm
a
gonna
thing?
I'm gonna tell you after.
Oh, there's a thing.
I'm gonna tell you
Oh,
after.
Fuck.
I'm gonna tell you after.
There's a
it's
thing.
a good thing. It's a good thing.
Also, Tyler
Select
Beckett,
you
I know
finder.
it was in the chat a while ago, but congratulations on starting to read the
Oh.
greatest comic you've ever
Yes.
read.
Yes.
Shit gets
Is that cool?
crazier. Yeah.
Yep.
Shit gets crazier around what issue is that? Like issue 12? Issue 12, right?
It's like issue 9.
Like, yeah, 9 through
Like
12.
9
shit
is when
just-
this inciting incident happens, and then
Yeah.
it gets resolved by issue
and
12.
then it just changes the entire universe.
Changes the
Eric
game.
Sabia, would you guys be
Changes
willing to do Road to Avengers 4 Phase 3 watch along?
no.
See, okay, I would be.
Coming from Hector, that says a lot.
Yeah.
Because Hector's usually like, fuck yeah.
I've already thought this out. Here's what I think I'm gonna do. In the 21 weeks leading up to Avengers 4,
That's
which
what
will
I'm
really
talking
start
about,
this
yes.
December, if you think about it. It'll start this December
Right.
going into next May. Starting this December, once a week on a Saturday night, I'm going to do an MCU movie at my place.
Yes.
And then starting with Thor and on, they'll
Right,
all be in 3D.
right.
Because I got Thor Ragnarok in 3D, import. I got Black Panther in 3D, import.
You gotta
Like,
say import.
I gotta say import because fucking Disney isn't putting them out on a fucking 3D Blu-ray here anymore. I gotta say import, but I'll do each of those movies on each Saturday until unless something comes up, and then I might do a double feature or whatever. But yeah,
I think that's the best way
That's
to do
it.
it.
That's
though.
the only
Like,
way to do it.
I think that's really if we are gonna do one, that's really the only way we can.
that
do
way
that.
people can come over to my place and for the ones they want to watch, and then they can skip the ones they don't give a shit about.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
You know what? I mean, the only bad thing about it's not even a bad thing. It's just that you're not super fresh when it comes to Avengers 4. Like you're already 21 weeks behind.
that's fine because
or
it's like
whatever.
you'll still. I mean, really, Iron Man. Everybody saw Iron Man, and it's
Right.
supposed to be treated as if like, hey, did you see this in 2008? Yeah, I saw it in 2008. Cool, that's when it happened. It's almost like it kind of doesn't, matter really. It's almost like the last movie in the series before Avengers Infinity War is the one that sort of matters, if that makes sense. But like, it'll be cool to see in December like Iron Man, and then a week later, Incredible Hulk, and then a week later, Iron Man 2.
No, I agree. I agree
Yeah.
100%. And that's
You
how we
got-
were
here's
thinking
the
about
question,
doing
though.
the road to.
Should I switch up the order?
What do you
Because, well, I think I might stick to theatrical because I was going to say like,
Because you'd have to start with, you'd have to have Captain Marvel in there.
mean? Yeah.
It's an 90s movie.
And
if unless there's bookends. This is how I treat watching these movies. I treat
Oh,
it with
boy.
like, this is how I treat it. I treat it as like whatever however the movie ends is what like order it should be in. Does that make sense? So Guardians of the Galaxy
Right.
Volume 2, even though it opens and it's only 2 months after the first Guardians and it's in the year 2014 and Groot's a baby, the end of that movie has like a post-credit scene where Teen Groot is a thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's probably happening somewhere in the year 2017.
Right.
So to me, that movie is in the year 2017. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Because Captain America: The First Avenger, you should watch it in the order of theatrical release, not like watch it first because it opens and ends with Shield agents being like, "We found him, Director Fury," and it's like that throws the whole thing off if you watch that before. You motherfucker. Atrocitus would do that.
Got him.
Time to use
Got
the
him.
Omega Beams. Time to use the Omega Beams.
Samir, with that,
Ew.
Dollar,
Put a
thank you so
puke in your
much.
face.
Waiting for 3D minus the glasses, Avatar 2. We'll see. I think James
Cool.
Cameron is trying to invent a lot of new technology for 3D, so I
outta
don't
here,
think
you
it's
gnat.
impossible for that to happen.
It's not
We'll see.
impossible. I think it's actually a very high possibility.
Yeah, because what is it? The Nintendo 3DS had that.
Yeah,
ability.
exactly. That was a really cool thing that the DS had.
Yeah. So I think it's a work in progress. We'll see, though. We'll see. But yeah, just
Dude.
circling back on Ant-Man and the Wasp really
What the
quick.
fuck?
The thing that I really also enjoyed about it was the fact that it maintained a very similar tone to the first movie. Because even though it's not a heist movie necessarily, there's a heist element to it, but it's mostly like an action-adventure movie. And I thought it was a really nice change-up from Avengers Infinity War, going to a really dark, sad place, and then coming out on the other side and then having this movie to sort of end off the year in terms of Marvel movies and have a really fun time at the theater.
Yeah.
So that was nice, and I didn't really know what to expect, and I didn't know Peyton Reed would be able to pull it off. And now you have Peyton Reed talking about, the Fantastic Four, and maybe wanting to do that if those characters come back to Disney, or when they come back to Disney, or to Marvel Studios, I should say. That could be very interesting if he were to jump from doing an Ant-Man trilogy to then doing Fantastic Four. That could be really, really cool. So we'll see. In terms of other stuff that we've got going on. Comic-Con obviously is going to be the big thing.
Yeah,
but
that's the biggest thing we got.
yeah.
Going on so far.
Tori, I got to get to sleep. Got an early morning. See you guys on the
Later, girl.
social medias. Bye.
Rest
Thanks
up
for
those
watching.
dancing muscles.
Comic-Con's going to be big. Also, I want to announce that Patreon poll has officially closed the other day for voting on what movie we should do the audio commentary for. Now, the movies that were chosen were movies that were celebrating their 10-year anniversary.
Ooh, what was in the poll?
So it was quite a list. It was The Dark
Kung Fu Panda,
No, they're
Hot
not-
Rod,
No,
Hancock,
no.
Nacho Libre.
Hellboy 2, The Golden Army.
It was Hellboy 2. It was Hellboy 2, The
Wall-E.
Dark Knight, Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk. Let me pull it up.
Hellboy 2, The Dark Knight, Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk. Hancock?
Hancock was not in there.
No. Punisher Warzone?
Punisher Warzone was in
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Boof. I got to revisit that. Maybe it's better than I...
I mean, do you?
I'll tell you right now. We had Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Hellboy, The Golden Army, The Dark Knight, Wanted, Punisher Warzone,
Oh, yeah.
The Spirit, and Hancock was in there.
The Spirit. Oh my God!
Y'all
I
ever
remember
see that?
being really interested in that as a kid,
Yeah.
but
People
never
voted
really
for it.
watching it.
Good.
People voted for it.
Is
I
it
was
any
really
good? Do you
surprised.
remember
It's
it?
bad. It's a
I
bad
never
movie.
saw it.
It's a bad movie.
What about animated movies, though? I feel like we should throw in some animated movies to
Well,
this
they're not
list. Is this
superhero
an
movies.
audience-generated
It was
list?
a
It's all
superhero-
comic
the
book-
superhero
comic
movies,
book
comic
movies.
That wasn't
Wanted
any
and
in
shit.
2008.
Oh yeah. Dang it.
I'm going to go with my girl, Supergirl.
Yeah, let's
Supergirl.
see. Maybe
Oh my God,
I'll
Supergirl.
maybe I'll do Aquaman. So the
Smarcy.
winner
Uh-oh.
of this, I thought the outcome was going to be different.
Me too.
I thought it was going to be The Dark Knight. It was Iron Man,
Whoa.
which is
Isn't that interesting?
which is a little surprising because we've talked about these fucking Marvel movies so many times already.
I'm not
And we did a
surprised.
watch along of the entire Marvel universe.
You know why I'm not surprised? Oh shit, there goes Kara Danvers. Now she's Supergirl. Now she's ready to kick some butt. I'm not surprised because as great as the Dark Knight trilogy is, it's a one and done. It's a great alternate universe and it's different. It does different things than the MCU. I mean, we're still talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The 20th movie just came out in that series this weekend. And it would have been amazing if the Dark Knight trilogy was the beginning of the DC Cinematic Universe, but that's not what happened. So we're not talking about Christian Bale and Heath Ledger and we're not talking about those movies, and that's a shame. And it's a bummer that like just because those are great movies, but they're not the prequels to a bunch of sequels that are still happening, that people are talking about them less. Because now they're relegated to being like, and this isn't a bad thing, but they're just movies. And in the same way that we talk about classic movies all the time,
right.
it's different than the ongoing saga that is.
It's very
this shared
self-enclosed.
universe.
It's very
the
one
shared
and,
universe
Not even
of,
one
you
and
know,
done, but like very finite.
Yeah, it was very much its own thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I got laser vision. You fucked, Aquaman. Come on, Arthur Curry. Arthur Curry, where's your kid?
But
boom, boom, boom.
those movies also
Justice.
they also carry a very special place in people's hearts. It's like they were a very good adaptation of the character at the time. And I feel like, to me, it's not surprising. But I do still get goosebumps when I watch Iron Man fly for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
It's a super
Yeah, they just
special
do
moment.
different things.
Yeah.
And I think that one of the things that The Dark Knight does better is it's more of its time, and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's like a good thing because it had more to say about
What the fuck?
Oh,
You like
Damn.
Damn Apple. Supergirl, dude. She's the best.
She's the best.
Supergirl wins. Oh, I don't hear Hector Sox.
The
I don't hear
best.
that anymore.
Lucas says $10 on the Patreon tier if we want to get a Hot Rod watch along. I'm
Oh,
down.
damn.
I'm so down
Oh.
for that shit.
Oh, I'm in for that.
So down.
That would be a good time.
So we will end up doing an audio commentary for Iron Man. If you guys do want to
Awesome.
watch along, it is part of our Patreon.
Yeah.
If you join
Yeah.
the $10 tier, like Lucas is saying, you have access to the live watch along. They're live. And it's an opportunity for you and us to sit together and watch the movie and talk about the movie. We did these when we first came over to Hyper. We done them for Fast 5. We did them for Rogue One. We did them for quite a few movies. It was usually like me and Cameron did them, and a whole bunch of other. We'd have like people come on and be guests. We did for Power Rangers, the original movie, and they were a lot of fun. I really like doing them.
Yeah.
It's a nice opportunity to just revisit an old movie that we love and just sit and talk about it. So we will do those. They are going to be polls every single month on Patreon. So if you join the Patreon, you get access to not only the live stream watch along, but you also get access to the polls, and those will change every single month.
That's cool.
Something that we've been toying, or like an idea that.
What's it going to be next month?
An idea. Well, yeah. So one of the things that Lucas and I were talking about today that I think would actually be really good for a watch along. I mentioned it to this guy earlier, is doing superhero movies that are not based on comic books.
Yeah.
So Hancock could very much fit into that category.
Unbreakable.
Again. Unbreakable is based on a graphic novel.
No, I don't think it is.
Is it not?
Is it? I don't think
thought
it
it
is. I thought it
was.
was a M. Night Shyamalan one-off.
Lucas,
You
is
made that shit
Unbreakable
up.
based on a graphic novel? I thought it was. If it's not,
what
then yeah,
else?
Unbreakable could be.
Mystery
could be one of those.
Man.
Mystery Man.
Was that based on a
Blank
comic
Man,
book? That may have been based
Blank
on a comic
Man.
book. Blank Man. Meteor Man.
Meteor Man.
What about Mystery Man? Did we say Mystery
Yeah,
Man?
we
already?
said Mystery Man.
Sorry, I'm not paying attention.
There were some other ones like Chronicle, Jumper, Push is
Yeah.
another great one. So yeah,
Push
so
was also based on a graphic novel.
Is it?
Fuck, I
Oh,
don't
maybe
know.
God
it is.
damn you, Hector.
So I think that's going to be
Sub-Zero
the next one, and I think we might even make that like its own. We might do a watch along for a couple of them.
Watch me
But
frozen
we
in the
also
air.
will probably end up doing some sort of a video for that. That's like the best superhero non-comic book.
Oh,
movies,
I
you
know
what
what
I
the
mean?
answer is right now. I'll tell you what it is right now. Hands down. You ready for this?
Howard the Duck.
Incredibles / The Incredibles 2. That is the best superhero movie, but not based on an existing comic book
that's
property.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
You're not a big fan of Blank Man, huh?
Blank Man's fun. I haven't seen it in years. I want to rewatch
I
it.
haven't either. That was one of the things that I was
Damon
like, oh, maybe
Wayans
we
is
should
so
talk about
funny.
that tonight. But I realized it's been so many years since I've seen Push and Blank Man and Hancock and all those
Bloop.
movies. I haven't seen them probably
Bloop.
since they were out in
Oh,
the
shit.
Yeah, bitch.
theater, maybe on Blu-ray once or twice.
Oh, I got red hooded.
You just got gatted in the face.
I'm dead. Oh, my gosh.
Oh no!
You got
froze me.
froze. Hey, chill.
I wish they had those mega uppercuts like in Street Fighter.
Eric's
like
asking,
in
how would you
Mortal
guys feel
Kombat.
about Sterling K. Brown and John Krasinski as the lead Green Lanterns?
Man, everybody wants
yeah,
Sterling
I'd
K.
be down.
Brown. He's the black go-to guy right now, and John Krasinski's the white go-to guy. It's really funny.
Yeah, it is.
Every
It
role
is.
that hasn't been like
I thought it was Idris Elba. Isn't he?
it
gonna be the new
was
Fast
a
and
couple
Furious
years ago.
Movie as a
was a
villain
couple
now?
years ago. Nicely done. That I'm excited about. It was a couple years ago. It was Idris Elba.
Listen, I
And now
like
it's
John
Sterling K. Brown.
Krasinski. I don't
great.
love John Krasinski. Like,
Sure.
let's move along. Let's move along here, guys.
It's good.
Let's move
He's
along.
very
like,
good.
yeah, he's
Did
good.
you see
Let's let him direct.
Quiet Place?
Yeah, let's let him direct.
He was good in
What was
that.
that, Hector?
Yeah. So I was listening to your mom's house, the podcast, and they were talking about like, what do they have to do? Like, did they never fart? Like, did they ever not? How do you
train your
stop-
butthole to fart silently.
I guess when your life's
we all
on
know.
the line.
You know how when you start the relationship, when you start dating, you train your butthole to fart
That's
silently.
true. I
Under
guess
the
when your
covers at
life
night.
is on the line, like your butthole's really
There you go.
clenched.
Idris Elba just got announced to be the villain in
Yeah,
the
we
Fast and
talked
Furious
about it.
spin-off.
We talked about
Hobbs
about
and
Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw spin-off movie.
Here's my theory.
Idris
Idris Elba is the archenemy of Helen Mirren, and Helen Mirren has to recruit her son and Hobbs, because they're now BFF, to stop Idris Elba, and I think that's awesome.
Oh, damn.
That's what I'm into.
Ooh.
Krasinski is the real-life
Process.
version of that dude in that Disney short cartoon, Paper.
Paper, yeah, actually he is.
Was it Paper
He is.
Plane or just Paper? It was just Paper? Paperman. It was called Paperman. Get it?
Does anybody know what
Right.
they are drinking? I'm really intrigued.
It's
called
Red Stripe beer.
It's from Jamaica.
Somebody said it would look like we're
It's
It'd
very
be
good.
from
medicine.
Jamaica, man. Imported lager beer brewed in Jamaica.
It's really good. I actually really like this stuff. I
really-
like the bottles too.
I like the bottles, and I really like. It's just like a mellow beer
It is.
that you just hang out and drink.
It is, yeah.
And even when it
Jamaican
gets a
beer.
little bit warm, it's still very drinkable.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Who
Yeah.
drinks warm beer?
No, like say you're
Room temp?
taking a while and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you're in a good conversation with your homies talking
right.
about comic book stuff
It
and
lasts.
it gets a little warm.
Did you say it's good warm?
I said it's not bad when it
Yeah.
kind of like warms
This
up.
fucking
a little
fly.
bit.
Get out of here. I
He
can't drink this
touched every
anymore.
single-
Fly away.
He touched it,
every
and
single
he landed on
one.
Kaiju's poop, I bet. I'm not drinking this anymore.
Where's that tennis racket at, y'all?
I'm not trying to get E. coli.
Hector, you got a question over there in the
I'm
chat.
trying to get brown eye. Hector, have you used the DC Universe app? It's not out yet. Why are you asking me that? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's nuts.
Oh, are you throwing shit?
Yeah, he's the Joker, dude.
Oh, you have bullets.
Oh, showdown.
Fuck him up, Dr.
Oh.
Crane. Damn, he's got those sides, those knives. That's creepy.
There go my ankles. My cankles and my ankles.
Your schnankles.
My schnankles.
Oh, what's that?
Did you just... What just happened here?
Too
Did
much.
you just poison me?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that was. But you can't poison Scarecrow.
Yeah, right?
Immunity,
Yeah.
immunity.
No!
Guys have any more questions for us?
What
Let
the
us know
fuck?
in the
Keep
chat.
blocking it, bitch.
David G asks, "What do you guys think of the new Luke Cage?" We already discussed it,
The new
David.
Luke Cage,
We
I
haven't seen it yet. We haven't started that season yet.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I'm gonna-
binging some stuff this weekend. so
You're
we'll
binging
see.
stuff this weekend. I just binged a cartoon show called OKKO Let's Be Heroes.
Oh, I started watching that today.
It's great.
It's pretty good.
It is so
I
good.
can't get over the animation style. It looks unfinished.
Yeah, that's on purpose.
I know.
I like
know
it.
That's on purpose.
It's sketchy. Here's the thing that I think you'll really appreciate, Augustine. It is all hand drawn. It's not in Flash.
Oh, really?
So it is hand
okay.
drawn, and you can almost kind of tell the different styles of the different animation studios that they use when they
Oh,
send it
really?
overseas, and you can appreciate that. And some of the animation is dope
Yeah.
for the characters being so simple. So keep it going because I really dig OKKO Let's Be Heroes.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, and
bitch, let's go outside.
I'm in the middle of Cloak and Dagger right now, and I'm gonna do Luke Cage season 2 as soon as I'm done. As soon as Cloak and Dagger season is over, I'm gonna do it.
I'm just
do it.
really into Teen Titans Go right now.
Cool.
Teen
Getting ready for,
Titans!
getting
I
ready
get
for the
home from
movie.
work every day and I watch it.
When's that movie coming out? Next month? This month?
No, it's in like 2 weeks.
Oh my God, we gotta
Yeah,
go.
It's coming out soon.
I think it's going to be out the weekend.
Of Comic-Con?
No, I think it's the weekend after. I think it comes out
Okay,
the
cool.
same weekend as Mission Impossible.
Okay, cool. That's good counter programming. Ah, Scarecrow. That's scary.
Echo, I just
watch
drank
out.
4 drinks right now. Man, I'm drunk.
Nice. What
Is
did
that
you
too
guys?
early, Lucas?
Ethan Williams asks, "What did you guys think of Ghost and Ant-Man and the Wasp?" Super cool. I really like that actress
yeah.
too. I want to see.
They did
Hannah
some
John came in?
Yeah, I
the
want to see
visual
her more
effects
stuff.
for Ghost were actually Adam and
I
I were
liked it a
talking about
lot.
that after the
Yeah.
movie. It's like the way they made her exist on several planes at once.
Yeah,
Really cool.
really cool.
Really,
Yeah, I thought it was done really, really well, and it was an interesting character because it wasn't a character who was trying to dominate the world or anything. It was literally a character who just wanted to survive and live,
Yeah.
and the lengths that the character would go to fulfill that.
Yeah.
You know, what would you do if you had to survive? And
Mm-hmm.
you know, there's great moments between certain characters. I don't want to get into it because of spoilers, but there's great moments and a lot of justification for the character and why that
Right.
character is the way that character is.
Yeah.
And we'll see sort of, you know, what comes of that.
I'm about to start Steven Universe. I'm excited. Lucas says he's really digging Cloak and Dagger. Somebody asked if any of us had finished The Punisher, and what did we think?
I'm
I
like
love The
2
Punisher.
episodes
It's great.
away from finishing
It's
it,
great.
but the show is so intense, man.
Yeah,
but it's
dude.
really good.
Boom! Suck a barrel, though.
The Annoying Ranter, thank you so much for the $2 tip. Have you guys seen My Hero Academia?
I've seen
No,
a couple
but if you
episodes.
watch,
Talk to Matt Acevedo about it.
Yeah, if you
though.
guys watch the Otaku show that's on
Yeah.
Hyper
Yeah.
RPG, they have all the latest stuff on all things anime.
It is.
They are at Anime Expo right now too. so.
It is.
Oh, yeah,
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 it is.
huh.
It's well done. I will say this. Oh, dude, I was about to use this alligator on you, or is it a crocodile? That's a gator. That's a gator. This
face.
stinking shrinky guy,
You're
get out of my head.
basically- Hector's basically playing against Ant-Man.
Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. I like
Get outta here.
OKKO
Get
Let's
outta
Be
here.
Heroes more than My Hero Academia. So that's how
I
much I,
still
like
haven't seen My
OKKO.
Hero Academia, but I keep seeing that character around, the guy with the hair.
All the characters.
No,
Yeah, I got.
was the one guy though with the the hair things. Oh shit! You son of a! I'm gonna grow up then.
You some bitch.
I will grow. Gotcha.
Oh no! You got me.
Yeah, I got you down in the swamp. Punch. Punch.
The only other thing I've seen
Oh.
Hannah John Kamen in was Tomb Raider. I
Oh, she's in that?
I thought she was gonna have a
Cool.
role. She's in literally 4 minutes of the movie.
man. Cool.
And I was like, oh, cool. They put her in this movie. This is great. And she's in 4 minutes. And I was like, all right, never mind. I guess never mind.
I'm a beautiful butterfly.
I'm a swamp monster. Oh, Hector, you're on it.
Oh,
what's
I'll use my
that?
swamp brother. I'll use my Ninja Turtle swamp brother.
When Disney gets X-Men back, who's your choice to play Wolverine? Troy Ortiz is asking.
I still have
unknown.
not found an actor that will suit my Wolverine taste. In your
Damn. That was a
face. I
good
don't even
move.
need a brother.
Oh, you will after this. You will after I'm through with you, Adam. Dr. Ray Palmer.
New Complex is asking, hey dudes, currently super into Cloak and Dagger.
Boom!
Oh, no, you didn't. No,
Boom!
you didn't.
Haven't had a chance to check out the comics, so question. Do they also have this thing where their powers repel when they touch? If so, how do they overcome that?
No is the answer to your question, but they have different strengths and weaknesses in the comic books than they do in the show. I tweeted out a few weeks ago when Cloak and Dagger started, like what comic collection is closest to what the show is, because the show's like their origin, and Marvel put out a collection of their first appearances. They first showed up in a series called Spectacular Spider-Man. They showed up and Peter Parker was like, "Who are you guys?" And they're like, "Get away from us." And then they had their own little mini-series in 1984. So you can go check that stuff out, but it is different than the show, so just be warned, it's different than the show. Yeah. What is the same as the show is like their personality of Cloak and Dagger, of Tandy and Tyrone. Their personality is there. The writing's a little dated, but their personality really comes through. Yeah. And as you read more Cloak and Dagger comics, it really shines through. If you want some more modern Cloak and Dagger comics, I'd recommend their appearances in Runaways, in that more modern, recent Marvel series, and they're awesome in that. So, yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, I forgot. Hannah John Kamen was in Ready Player One also as one of the villains.
Oh, okay.
Also slightly underutilized in that movie, but yeah, so it's been a good year for her. I mean, she's been in 3 movies this year.
Good for her.
Then I forget the show that she's on as well.
I need to watch Tomb Raider. I have to check that out.
It was good.
The new Tomb Raider.
Look,
you saw it?
I saw it. I thought it was pretty fun. I did a double feature. I did a Ready Player One and Tomb Raider.
Video games for the win.
And did you like Tomb Raider better than Ready Player One?
Honestly, I was more entertained by Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
To me, I was a little bit more like invested in the characters. Ready Player One was a really fun spectacle movie. Oh shit! I forgot we started.
I think there's a conversation in the chat happening right now with this Fox and Disney deal. Somebody's saying it's S. Marcy that's saying keep X-23 from Logan
movie.
And incorporate her into the MCU.
Sure.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad move.
I get the love, but I say start over from scratch. I say as great as X-23 is, she's a character kind of like a Miles Morales where you need to establish the character that comes beforehand, which in this case would be Logan or Wolverine, establish that character, and then reveal that you've got a female clone running around, you know?
Okay.
That's what I think. It's for the same reason that like they didn't just do Spider-Man Homecoming with a new actress or Emma Stone playing Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
Gwen Stacy's not in the movie in Spider-Man because they know that this is a character that sort of shows up later. There's no Miles Morales in the movie. That character will show up later. I love X-23. I love Daphne Keane. I'm excited to follow her career. She's going to be in the new Golden Compass TV show, His Dark Materials TV show. Hopefully it's a big hit. Hopefully people like it. But as much as I love Logan, I think it's so good. I think it's good on its own, and I think it should be the last.
The last,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
the last
that's
of
a
that.
good bookend.
That's a great way to go out. It's a great way to go out.
Son of a bitch.
It's a great way for Fox to be like, well, we made a great movie.
You asshole.
Yeah, that's Darkseid, dude. He's an asshole. Come on, Raiden. Get in there. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're dead, Raiden.
You cheating ass son of a. Almost fell out of my chair.
Here's that salt for you, baby.
I need that salt.
Darkseid wins.
Are you guys currently reading any Image comics? If so, which ones and thoughts?
Ghost is in the show Killjoys.
Killjoys, that's
Okay.
what it is.
Okay.
Hannah John Kamen.
I'm currently not reading any Image comics right now. What am I trying to catch up on?
You see, but that's the thing, though, S. Marcy. It's like they're saying Daphne is young enough that I think they could still use her. It doesn't matter how young she is. The point is that she's from a different universe, and I would not want it. Like I know people say, just bring back J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson. I'm like, as great as he is, don't do that because all it will do is invite comparison to what came before.
Exactly.
Those characters are, to me, they're not as like the universe isn't as fickle as like James Bond movies where you can just keep bringing back Judi Dench as M throughout different Bonds. It's as soon as you bring back Daphne Keane, people are gonna be like, wait, is this the Fox?
You're inviting some.
You're just asking some new actor to come in and be like, hi, I'm the new Hugh Jackman. Like, don't do that. Like, let that thing stand on its own.
Yeah.
I don't want to see J.K. Simmons just because it's something we've seen before. Doesn't mean there's no other actor capable of doing that thing, or doing a different take on that
or doing it even better than what we've seen.
It would be the same as if when they were making the sequel to Batman Begins, if they were like, just bring back Jack Nicholson, just let him do it. He's young enough.
Yeah,
it's
he's
like,
fine.
No, he was great.
Yeah.
But look what they came up with is a different Joker.
Yeah.
And it allowed us to go to a different place.
And it allowed us to, and a lot of criticism before we even saw it too. And
yes.
look what happened.
And Heath Ledger became the fan favorite.
Yep.
So it's like,
absolutely.
Absolutely. Whatever your thoughts on the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Whatever your thoughts on Andrew Garfield, it's like he's young enough. They could have brought him back. They could have incorporated that Spider-Man. And in fact, when the first Amazing Spider-Man movie came out in 2012, they were almost going to put the Avengers building in the city, but they didn't have it ready. Or they were almost going to put Oscorp in the Avengers, or one of those, vice versa. But they didn't have it ready, which means that Sony and Marvel Studios already had kind of a good relationship.
Yeah, they were talking.
If they were even talking about that, Cyborg versus Captain Cold. Suck a bomb, dude. Suck a bomb. Booyah. I'm just going to say booyah over and over again.
I hope he says booyah on this.
Booyah. I'm sure he does.
How come you're not freezing? There's a freeze ray on you.
Probably apparently doesn't work on fucking
I run
Cyborg.
hot.
There was a good question in the chat room. Did
My
you guys see
Roomba
the
bomb.
exchange on Twitter between directors about fandoms? I think
Yeah.
one was Ryan Johnson. It was Ryan Johnson, Christopher McQuarrie,
Yeah,
what
it's awesome.
happened?
and a little bit from James Mangold. I honestly,
Frank Oz chimed in.
yes.
Like it was
if
amazing.
If you guys don't follow Ryan Johnson, Christopher
Yes.
McQuarrie, James Mangold on Twitter, it is the best film school and one of the most informative
Yes.
Twitter
James
exchanges I ever see.
James Gunn's
great
amazing
too.
on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, James Gunn is of
Super
course.
educational, great
Yeah.
advice, really informative, funny.
My favorite thing was when he told people that if people are so attached to some of these movies and that's all they think about 24/7, basically it's like maybe you need to go to therapy. And I'm like, yeah, I think,
damn
I
son.
think, I think there's some truth
That's
to
what
that.
I love about James
Yeah.
Gunn though. Like he's not afraid to stir it up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and not even to stir it up like just to talk
say how it
shit,
is.
but like just really lay it out there for people because
Yeah.
I think. Honestly, since we started
Man, Captain
YouTube,
Cold sucks.
I like
since
my
we
little
started
Roomba bomb.
YouTube, the fandom has just been getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Like it's been getting crazy.
Yeah,
I
but
just created a new element in Iron Man 2.
nice. But no, those are three guys that I really love to follow.
Yeah.
Somebody literally asked him today, was like, do you feel responsible at all the fact that Justice League had to digitally remove Henry Cavill's mustache and beard for the entire movie? He's like,
God.
we try to be as accommodating as we can, but we had to make our movie, so whatever, it's not our problem. Which is
Wow.
true. It's not Christopher McQuarrie's problem whether or not Justice League has to go into reshoots
Yeah,
because they have
exactly,
production issues.
exactly.
It's not his problem. He has to make his movie. His movie is important to him.
He got paid
David
to make his
G.
movie.
Thank you for those 10 G's.
Thank you so much.
I'm your biggest fan. LOL says David
Thank
G.
you, David G.
Thank you so much, David
yes,
G.
you are our biggest
Very
fan.
much appreciate that.
I agree.
But
And
yeah, it's not Christopher McQuarrie's problem. They had to shut down production for I think like 8 weeks because Tom Cruise broke his ankle.
Christopher
Oh, that's
McQuarrie,
right, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Christopher
Yeah.
McQuarrie also said, if these movies are becoming, these huge big budget tentpole movies are becoming as risky to go and work on, like if creative people, it's such a risk for them to work on because whatever they do will be as criticized and as admonished as as working on the Bible. Then what you're going to do is you're going to get less creatives working on them, and you're going to get more like hacks and committees. So he was basically warning the fans, like, don't do this.
careful.
Otherwise, you're not going
Yeah.
to get creatives that are going to want to work on superhero movies
You're
and Star
gonna
Wars
get
stuff.
people who are salty about
Yeah, you're
about
just gonna,
working on
You're just gonna
this
have
kind of
5 people
stuff.
making one movie.
Right.
And it's
Playing
like,
it safe.
whatever.
Playing it safe. Oh, we can't make anybody mad.
There was a question on Hot Ones when they asked Michael B. Jordan. They're like, what do you like? What do you like most about working on a superhero movie?
Yeah.
And what don't you like?
Yeah.
And he said he did not like when he gets surrounded and is hounded by people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't blame you because some people go really hardcore with their fandom.
Yeah.
And I don't know if some people realize how like
Off-putting it can be.
really off-putting and how intense they can be about it
Yeah.
just because they're always in their head about it.
And I think a lot of people are young people and they don't have the same sort of experience with social skills.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe.
So I really do think that they see how people conduct themselves online and like, oh, okay, this is how I can conduct myself
online. Yeah.
And there's no repercussions for your actions on the internet.
Exactly.
Websites aren't banning these people from their like, nope, okay, you can't use Twitter. Like they're just like, okay, time out for a second, and then they come back and the people that are, oh, I got wrecked.
You got wrecked, son.
Wrecked.
He didn't
with a
get wrecked.
T.
He got drecked.
I got starfired.
It's hard. And yeah, so one of the things that James Gunn was talking about in his initial response was ownership. And I think there is a lot of feeling of entitlement in these fandoms. You know, a lot of these fans in these fandoms talk about like my Star Wars, my DC, my Marvel.
Right.
It's not yours. It's for you, but you do not own it.
Right, exactly.
It is still a product of Disney, of Lucasfilm, of Marvel Studios, of DC Entertainment, of Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
You do not own that thing.
Yeah.
Creative people come in and tell the stories that they want to tell.
Yes.
You as a consumer go out and you watch it.
And there's a really interesting, people are really, I think, really looking at it more closely, and they're like, what is that entitlement? What is that? Where does it come from? Who does it apply to? Is it mostly men that have this entitlement? Are there some women that have this as well?
Yeah.
How is it split gender-wise? How is it split ethnicity-wise? Is it mostly white men that have these kinds of feelings? Is, you know, like what like they're trying to break it down, and it's really interesting, and there's a lot of factors at play. And I think a lot of it, what it comes down to is like, because these are like nerd things, nerd properties, there is this feeling of you can come to this place to escape from the other bullshit where you're not, where you have no power, where you're not in charge in certain aspects of your life. And then to come to a place like this and to treat it that sacred and to, you know, bond with it that much. It turns into things being a personal affront to you.
Yeah, exactly. Like you really offend somebody personally.
Yes. And I really do think that a lot of that is, Film Crit Hulk crushed it. Did you all read that essay about The Last Jedi?
No.
He basically breaks it down as like, when people say that they don't like a movie, that's fine. But when they say that The Last Jedi is bad, he was like, I cannot accept that. I think you're wrong. And he broke down why every major criticism of I think The Last Jedi is bad. It actually shouldn't be I think The Last Jedi is bad, but he's like, we need to rethink.
Here's why I don't like The Last Jedi.
Yes, or we need to rethink what it is that, like, we need to use the correct film language, and the correct film language needs to be, I expected a different experience from this movie.
Right.
That's what it comes down. That's what it boils down to.
It's all about experience. It's all about people talking about their experiences. And not about the movie.
Demanded this kind of experience as opposed to something that challenged me or something that was frustrating. I would not have made those decisions that those characters made, and it's like you're not those characters.
Not have directed it
this
way.
You're not the writer director.
Right.
Yeah. That's what it comes down to, and it's specifically with The Last Jedi because Bert, no, come back in here because Film Crit Hulk has a lot of similar criticisms of The Force Awakens. That you do, like a lot of the same stuff that we've talked about Force Awakens. He's on the same page with you on that. It's just that he's the side of the audience that he feels that The Last Jedi basically undid a lot of the problems that he had for Force Awakens. And I know we've talked about Last Jedi, and you said, like, I can appreciate them trying to do that, but then you still had issues and everything with the movie. But if you read that essay yet, go look up Film Crit Hulk, his breakdown of The Last Jedi, because it's less about I think this thing is bad, and it's more about we need to get on the same page as to what we're looking for with these types of movies. And a lot of it comes down to I want my experience to be fun, to be like it was when I was a kid, to be escapism, to be heroic, to not be sad, pathetic Luke Skywalker old man Luke.
Right.
And this guy's going, I fucking love that because it was so bleak, because it was so this and this and this. And so he's saying, you know, it's fine if people don't like that, but it should be less about this is bad writing, because he's just defending the writing and the choices. He's like, I think they're actually really smart and it's really good. And it should be more of I was looking for a different experience and this is why I walked away not enjoying myself.
Absolutely.
Kind of a thing. So check it out. He's saying you don't actually think it's bad writing.
You think it's bad writing because it's not the movie that you wanted.
You were looking for a different experience.
Yeah, you and the director were not seeing eye to eye on what you wanted.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? Where it's like and he's just basically going. He's basically saying you should read it. I think the takeaway was
you should read it, Bert.
was dislike The Last Jedi, but have it be less about I think that the writing is bad.
Right.
And the choices were bad, but more of I expected a different thing. You know,
it didn't live up to my own theories and expectations, rather than criticizing a movie as a film.
Maybe this isn't the best example, but it's the same thing between in 2008 Iron Man and The Incredible Hulk. One of those movies is better. It's Iron Man, but a lot of the stuff about Hulk is really good. But I think that the reason people don't like The Incredible Hulk as much, one of the minor reasons, is like he's not as fun of a character as Iron Man. It's fucking bleak to watch The Incredible Hulk. It's not fun.
Yeah.
is not,
Yeah,
even
he
like
doesn't have charming personality.
even like The
that.
Dark Knight, which is about another character that's like it sucks to be him because like Rachel Dawes dies and like he can't live a normal life. It still ends on this note of like what a fucking badass Batman is. You know what I mean? I don't know. It was fascinating.
No, yeah, I agree. I agree.
Fascinating.
And I feel like
I wish I could drink the rest of this beer, but I'd fly shit on it.
The Annoying Ranter, thank you again for the $5 tip. Some people see their fandom as a link to their childhood, which is valid, but the truth is growth is good. If not, we would never get new stuff.
Yeah.
it's very true.
That's really true.
Man, you can't beat me. I'm the fastest.
Yeah, I think
You're
it's
punching this shit out
I
of me.
think there is some truth to that. I mean, I think there are movies that like, you go into it and the experience is bad because yes, it is not as well made movie.
Yeah.
And I think that changes for every movie. And the funny thing is, a lot of people who watch these franchise movies, they tend to not watch a lot of other types of movies.
Yeah.
And I would recommend that if you are going to criticize a movie on the writing,
Watch a lot of
movies other
Right.
than just superhero stuff
Right.
or fantasy.
Yeah.
One of the movies I always bring up is Sicario. Watch that movie and see how it's constructed from a script perspective, from a visual perspective, how the cinematography is done, how the direction is done. Where does the director place the camera? How does he place the actors?
Right,
What's happening
right.
in the frame? Like, there's
What
a
visual
lot. There's
ties
a
does he
lot
have,
more to
like-
movies than just like I didn't like Luke Skywalker because he didn't use a lightsaber.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
all right,
Yeah. Like,
that's
there-
that's detail.
I think people's I've heard this argument a lot where people are like, "Oh, well, this happened in the movie just because it was coincidence." I'm like, "No. Nothing in a movie ever happens by coincidence. Everything that's on a frame happens for a reason." And that's the job of a director. Like,
Yeah, if it's good.
Yeah, exactly. If it's good. Like,
Because I've seen movies where things happen just for the
Well,
sake of happening.
that's-
Jurassic World being one of them.
Did y'all see Fallen Kingdom?
Yep,
No.
it's real. It's real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
is it that bad, really?
It's a bit, like Cameron and I we went and we saw it together, and Zach was there too. Zach's not here though, but those characters, I don't know anything new about those characters. I still don't know exactly like what their job is. It's like what
They're
the fuck?
dinosaur activists, homie.
I guess. I mean,
Bullshit.
whatever. But yeah, it just again, if it's a well done movie and it has sort of
Yeah.
everything going for it, then you can look at it and say like, well, these are the things that really work.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's a perfect movie. Like there might be things about a movie that you're like, all these things are really work really well.
Right.
And then here's this one thing that like doesn't really work for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Lincoln
Is anybody
23
keeping
says,
track of how bad I'm kicking your guys' asses, by the way?
Are you? I don't know. I don't know who's in the lead. I think you might have the most.
Yet
wins,
you
yeah.
have the salt shaker.
Lincoln
I know,
23
I do,
says, obviously, The Last Jedi should have answered some questions, and it didn't. I think it answered every fucking question. I think there's no questions left. I think it answered.
I mean,
every
yeah,
question.
it ended on a point where you're like, I could drop this right now,
Yeah,
and then
that could be
that's
the,
it.
it could be
yeah.
the last Star Wars movie.
That's
Yeah.
the interesting thing about The Last Jedi is like if they never do another one, I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess it ends in a place where you could just walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Atul, thank
Man.
you so much for the $5 tip. Who do you think should play Morpheus from Neil Gaiman's Sandman if they ever do a live-action version, and who should direct it? Well,
No.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt was supposed to be in
Yeah,
the Sandman movie
that would have
for
been a good
while.
choice.
I don't know who was supposed to be directing that. I know he was helping them write the story for it. Not 100% sure.
No idea. I tried getting into the Sandman comics.
Uh,
It's a tough read as well.
is it?
Like yeah. I checked out a big version of it from the library, and it didn't hook me right away. And I know I need to give it more of a shot, but maybe I was just in a different place too, like not ready to read it yet. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't get into it.
Is Fallen Kingdom bad, or do you just not like it? It's not good. It's not a well-written movie. There are things that happen just for the sake of happening. Fuck it, I'm going to talk about spoilers. Do you guys care?
No, I don't.
They reveal that there's a character in there that's cloned, and it's literally just for the character at the very end of the movie to be like, I'm a clone and I'm alive and these dinosaurs should live. And I'm like, you set up a clone in this movie just so the character at the end could be the one who releases the dinosaurs into the modern world, just so they could have a little line about living and life and all that stuff. All right, whatever. And again, like character-wise, I don't know anything new about these characters. I don't care about them any more than I would have liked to have cared about these characters. To me, Claire seems to be a very different character from where she was in the first movie, and Owen's just kind of there.
boots
Owen is just kind of there because he has to be because
Somebody
he's the
throw that
connection to Blue.
wildebeest. Somebody throw that wildebeest.
He's the
Throw it.
connection
Oh,
to Blue.
off of it. Cool.
in your face.
I would say that's a better directed movie. I think Jay Bayona did a better job of directing it.
That's what I heard.
I think the visual look of the film is a lot better. I still don't understand why Jurassic World has moved away from the taller frame that that Steven Spielberg originally made the movies in, because you get to see more of like the height of
The dinosaurs.
and all that sort of stuff, especially especially dinosaurs like the T-Rex. Very interesting choices, but yeah, I think it's a very poorly written movie, and it's not engaging. It's so
bummer.
fucking boring.
That's a bummer.
Really?
Like, we were in the theater, and I was just like, man, some of these action sequences really pop, and then the rest of it, I'm like, this is boring.
Did you watch it in 3D?
No, Jesus Christ, no. I would if it was good.
Did you get a screening?
No, I use my movie pass,
Okay.
so I can't like be too mad about that.
The annoying ranter says the clone thing was super predictable. I didn't know that was.
It was super predictable.
Do you think Augustine
super
is
predictable.
kicking our ass because he probably of the three of us plays the most video games?
I do play the most video games.
Yeah.
out of
Or do you think
guys.
he just got the skills?
And,
to
but
pay
I
the
just
bills?
love fighting games, though.
You do.
I
You-
absolutely love fighting games.
Man, if this was Mario Kart, y'all would be smoked.
I know, right?
Y'all would be
I suck
smoked.
at Mario Kart.
Oh, I'm so
Maybe
good.
next time we could play Mario Kart.
Maybe we can.
Yeah?
Is there a
Yeah.
superhero Mario Kart?
It doesn't matter. They're all superheroes in my book.
Yeah, Mario's are
He's
heroes,
he's
right?
a superhero. I mean, he might be getting his own franchise soon, so.
Mario.
Oh, brother.
It's a me.
Don't even get me started.
Let's get this party
Dr.
started.
Fate. I don't want to play as those guys. Who do I got left? That Aquaman costume. It's so bad. Just give me the orange.
How do you
orange
access
shirt.
the other suits in this?
I don't know.
I think you have to press square or triangle.
I tried.
or
I go
something.
to Square and like
No,
there's nothing
that
really.
those words are too small to. They design video games now to be played on massive big screen TVs, and
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, right.
Man, that's not what we
Gigantic.
had growing up. What are those weird nails? Does he have nails? That's weird.
Nails?
Ronan's asking, do you guys think The Last Jedi will get the same treatment as Blade Runner, where initially people are split on it, but
No.
in a few years from now people
No,
will
because
appreciate it?
if Blade Runner came out with the internet, people would have torn it apart then. And it
I mean,
would've
look
been
at Blade
different.
Runner 2049. No one even saw it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Great movie.
I don't know.
So fucking good.
I
Little
don't-
long,
yeah.
but it's such a good movie.
Who should
I
I
loved it so much.
play as?
We'll take a couple more questions and then
Yeah.
we'll wrap up for the night.
Yeah, we got.
But if you guys have any questions about Comic-Con or anything that we got coming up, now is the time to ask.
ask away, y'all, while
Ask
I kick
away.
these guys' asses.
Man, I wish we never brought up The Last Jedi. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. Was it me that did it? Oh, fuck me.
I don't know. Whatever.
It's just like such a bummer. I assume they're just young people. Maybe they're dudes in their
No,
30s.
it's
I don't
not
know.
just
They're
young
like,
people.
They're like, The Last Jedi sucked. I'm like, fuck, man, dude. That's a bummer.
But I think it is an expectation thing. I think a lot of people wanted to go in that movie.
Everybody should read
I want
that
to see
goddamn
Luke
essay.
and Rey fight Kylo Ren, and I want to see,
Snoke
something
and-
get revealed, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you just want the Empire Strikes Back is what you're wanting.
Yeah, I mean, like, Solo was fine. It was fun. There was some good stuff in it. But Solo is not as ambitious as what Episode 8 was trying to do, And if people are like, I wanted Episode 8 to be like Solo, I'm like, well, Empire Strikes Back wasn't like that. Empire Strikes Back was not like expanded universe, like, kind of paint by numbers type. You know what I mean? Empire Strikes Back is like, we're going to do shit. We're going places. This is emotional. This has themes. This has shit you really are not going to understand as a little kid. So
Plus, I think the advantage that Star Wars had, like, they had Marvel comics, but they weren't that, it wasn't a huge, expensive universe like it's become now. And I think sometimes that's kind of an advantage when you don't have this
bunch of
whole
stuff to go
other
off.
shit to worry
I mean,
about.
Yeah, kind of. Dude, we are evenly matched, Black Canary, but I'm Batman. I fought the Hulk and lived.
Have any of you guys been watching the World Cup?
Me.
Yeah, I have been
Whoa.
watching. I stopped watching after Mexico lost. Just kidding. No,
they
but I
out?
haven't. Yeah, they lost.
Oh, that
they
sucks.
lost to Brazil.
Brazil.
I mean, it was a good fuck game. Ooh, you don't get me.
Missed that. That's all right. I'm down here. I'm Ninja. I'm down here. Whoop.
See, Lucas says 24/9 was crazy good. And his favorite movie is Hot Rod.
24 to 9
Oh, Hector,
is
you're
good.
quick.
Be good. Be good.
dude.
Do you think that DC's new strategy of just minor crossover and standalones would save the DCU? I don't know.
We don't know that that's a strategy, y'all.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not
We
in those
don't
board
really know
meetings. Like,
anything.
what? How are we taking that as fact?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the DC strategy that they rolled out? It's like they didn't have one. We're getting Aquaman. We're getting Shazam. We don't know what's up. We don't know what's
Maybe
gonna happen.
Flash, but no, we know nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't know.
Did y'all see Game Night?
Not yet. No.
No, but you
Of the
keep raving
directors
about
of
that.
Flash.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about it because I
Yeah.
liked how it was directed.
Yeah.
I hated Vacation, and I hear Game Night is good, so I'm very
You
excited
sounded
about
like
it.
Arnold Schwarzenegger there. I hated Vacation.
I hated Vacation. I didn't think it was a good movie.
I hated Vacation. I hated it.
I thought it was gonna be a lot better, and then I watched it
hated
and I thought Griswold is gone. I want old Chevy Chase back, okay? I thought it was gonna be better.
LinkedIn
All
says
right,
I'm
final round.
28.
Okay,
Final
last
round. Final round.
Ask
Who do I want?
questions. Adam's about to get his ass kicked.
Do I play as
With
Darkseid?
who? You son of a bitch. Mother effer.
On a scale of 1 to 100, how good is Hot Rod Uberbold? He's asking.
Uber, you're
it's
just
probably-
fishing for the
it's-
number 100 to be said, which is what's about to happen.
It's probably one. Just one.
Have you not seen Hot Rod?
Dog.
You seen it?
Babe. Babe.
Babe,
Babe.
babe.
Babe. Come on, babe.
Oh my goodness.
Have either of you guys watched Westworld?
Yeah, I saw season 1. It was well made, and I pieced out after that first season. I was like,
No
not
more?
for me. I'm out.
No more Westworld?
Nope.
I
No
still
gracias.
haven't seen. I still haven't
It's
seen
trying to be-
Westworld,
it's
and I
trying to
still
be
haven't seen Game of Thrones.
It's trying
No.
to be Game of Thrones, which I'm like, that's not for me. It's okay. It's okay.
Were you not a fan of Game of Thrones, Hector?
No, I mean, I think it's just I'm not the target demographic. I
Sure.
think that it is too much of, and this is my own experience with it. The Game of Thrones is too much like we're gonna pull the rug out from under you,
Yeah.
as opposed like it's
All
too,
the time.
It's too meta. It's meta narrative as opposed to just like a narrative. Like I think it's the creators and the storytellers being like, we're gonna make you fall in love with this character and then kill him, and then fall in love with this character and then kill him, and then like this character and then kill him. And I'm like, okay, I get it. At what point is like, what's the payoff? Is it just to remind
Sure.
us that anything can happen in story? You know, it's almost like the end of Inception, where you don't know what it is, and it's kind of like, fuck off, dude. Like tell us, you know. Tell us what it is. It sort of undercuts the narrative.
Yeah.
As opposed to that's just my take. As opposed to being really profound, you know, on its own merit. You know what I mean? And I think Westworld's the same thing. Westworld,
Oh, suck a dick.
like in Game of Thrones, I don't think I'm a prude, but both of those shows have gratuitous nudity and sex scenes. You know, because it's HBO and because they're pushing it, and it's just like it's distracting. How often they cut to two people talking in a Game of Thrones brothel just so that people are fucking in the back, and you're like, all right, I guess it's HBO, it's rated R, like you guys are pushing it. But both of those shows are so well acted, so well shot. They look gorgeous, they look beautiful, but I'm just not into them.
I'm just not
That's
into them.
I look for different things in my stories.
Oh, did I burn you? Yes, I burned you.
Yoo-hoo!
Done, bitch.
Whoa, nice.
I never played this Firestorm.
Go Ronnie.
Sent you to a volcano
Whoa.
with
You just create
nuclear
Firestorm is like so powerful, and it's tough for me sometimes to
Yeah.
get into the character because like there's like unlimited potential.
Yeah.
Firestorm
He's
can just fucking create
He's
elements
like
like,
an omega level
yeah,
character.
that's
Yeah.
nuts.
So
nuts.
that's
That
going to
was
wrap
it,
it up
y'all.
for our episode tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it watching us play video games. If it's something you enjoy, maybe we'll do it again in the future. Next week, we're definitely going to be talking about what's coming to Comic-Con. A lot of stuff is still sort of TBD. We'll have the entire schedule by Sunday. That should be a lot of fun. We'll talk about that. And then we might have some stuff coming up for the Dark Knight. Dark Knight is going to be celebrating its 10-year anniversary in a couple weeks
Wow.
here. And then we'll give you guys a date for when we will do the watch-along for Iron Man. It'll be after Comic-Con because we're just so extremely busy. And
Yeah.
next week is really the only week. And we've got other stuff we got to prep for. So it'll be a good time. And then make sure you guys are checking out every single day from Comic-Con. We're going to be doing something. I think we're going to take the IRL camera down there. If you don't know, we have an IRL backpack.
That's
Basically, we can
right.
live stream straight from the backpack. We're going to try to walk around the convention. You guys can watch, so we can try to give you guys
Don't
some sort
tell
of a...
Zach that the phone coverage inside
Oh, no, he
the
knows.
con
He
is
knows.
garbage.
We're basically going there expecting to not be able to get anything. So if we go on Wednesday on preview night and we get something, then that's great.
Yeah.
If it doesn't happen, then, so be it. But we'll definitely be doing a lot of updates on all social media. And we're going to be putting out a bunch of videos, trailer reactions, and all sorts of stuff. So in the meantime, Hector, where can we find you?
You can find me on the internet at Hector is Funny, and check out the newest episode of Animation Investigation. We're breaking down the best animated Ant-Man and the Wasp moments, which is
and 500 Greatest Podcast.
and 500 Greatest Films
Greatest
podcast.
Films Podcast.
Monday, Lucas's episodes is coming out.
Oh, yeah?
Whoa!
What did you watch?
Lucas came over and we watched the movie Into the Wild, directed by Sean Penn.
Nice.
So that's a great episode. So
Right on,
definitely
right
tune in.
on.
Look out for that on Monday. I'll be tweeting
Yeah.
out about that shit. And the last one we did was Enter the Dragon with B. Dave Walters. And Enter the Dragon is
Nice.
dope. It's
Enter
such a
the
great
Dragon is
movie.
dope. Yeah, yeah.
Such a
And then
great movie.
October, Halloween.
That's right. That's right.
Dude,
That's
this
right.
year's going by too
I
fast.
know,
y'all.
it's already
Too
fucking
fast.
July. Damn.
Yeah. We're already.
You can find me at _Santo Taco.
And you can just find me at Adam Levitt, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. And we'll catch you next episode. Bye.